So Odell Beckham Jr. Before I get into my bulk of my response on Odell Beckham Jr., I just want to say thank you for Kid Blue to bringing me on his podcast. If you guys haven't checked out Kid Blue's channel, I will leave a link in the description. I was also on with Jay Zach in the Red Zone and his cousin last night, and I had a blast. It was fun. Hope we do it again. Either way, getting on to Odell Beckham Jr. I've always called Odell Beckham Jr. a pestilent child, but let's just go through some of the things that he said on Twitter. Now, some people will sit there and be like, oh, Dave Gettleman, you're a baby for it. No. Generally, the people that will respond or even try and defend Odell Beckham Jr. in any way, shape, or form are either one, an Odell Beckham Jr. fan, two, they're a Dave Gettleman hater, or three, they're both. Or four, they're lukewarm on Dave Gettleman. I'm not. I'm not a Dave. I mean, I'll be claimed to be a Dave Gettleman lover, but I'm not. I just got to give a guy more than a year, and I'm not going to sit there and scrutinize every move. I've got to see where we are after this draft, after we play next year, and then reevaluate where we are as an organization. But I digress there because we're talking about Odell. For everybody who tells me that Odell's a winner, he's got passion, when questioned about the Green Bay game, he shrugged it off like it was no big deal. What was his answer? We lost by 20. I only had 7 targets. Really? You had 11 targets, Odell, and you dropped the ball in every sense of the word. Don't you think if somebody was driven by winning, that they would be a little bit, upset or reflect on that game and be driven by that game? Yet, he's not. Perfect example, Tom Brady still, to this day, is bothered by the Giants' loss. He said it himself in the Super Bowl. And we're talking about people in their biggest moments. And that's Odell's biggest moment in the NFL, besides that catch. And he's not even bothered by it at all. Don't you think that'd be a driving factor to get back to that game and prove, hey, that game was a fluke. I can do better. Yet, he'll continually, if you look at his Twitter thing, he's always deflecting, always playing the blame game, always talking about New York in a negative light. If New York was such a bad place and now you're so happy going to Cleveland, Odell, why even go on the Twitter tirade in the first place? Because what, you felt slighted by a GM that didn't even mention you by name, but you guys did have a culture problem? And you've admitted it so much in your tweets? See, the funny thing about all this is where it ends up. Because the time for excuses is over for Odell. He can reflect about his time in New York all he wants. But if he was truly driven and the individual that he says he claims to be, when he steps foot in Cleveland, well, he already has, and he's happy, he's got Jarvis, he's got this whole team around him, the excuses are over. You're on a team where you're expected to win, you're expected to go to the playoffs, and you're expected to perform. And anything less than that is failure. And I'm curious to see the first time he runs the wrong route, the first time he misses a block, the first time he takes a play off, or he jogs into the locker room because he doesn't want to drink some water. How his teammates will respond around him. Because for for being vilified in New York, the one thing Odell Beckham Jr. never was held accountable. He really wasn't. He was never really disciplined and was allowed to get away with what a lot of players would not get away with. And that's the reality of the situation. And you guys may disagree, and you're more than welcome to it. But as time goes on, we'll see who's right. Because I've called this time and time again, and I've been right. You can go look at my playlist. I'm going to end up adding this to the playlist at some point. I'm right when it comes to Odell Beckham Jr. And until I'm proven wrong, which I don't think I will be, it is what it is. Either way, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. It's been One Giant Rebuttal, and go Big Blue.